Okay, my name's Graham Snell.
And tell me about this amazing car behind you.
Okay, so I had a scrapyard in Bushey, just up the road actually, and 30 years ago this car came in as a scrap car. It was quite rotten.
30 years ago it was a scrap car. What year was it then?
77, so it was 15 years old. So it was in bad shape for a 15-year-old car really. All the floor pans, the back panels, one of the doors was no good. So
typical Jaguar of that era.
But I mean, it rotted really quickly for a 15-year-old car. It was especially bad, you know.
Yeah, okay.
And then I cut the roof off it with a grinder, and we were going to stick the gas bottles in the back to sort of drive it around the yard in. And then once we cut the roof off, we sort of like, I don't know. So I spent the next 3 years just doing bits and pieces on it. Put a load of strengthening inside the seals, inside here, underneath, in front of the radiator.
So it's not just a case of cutting the roof off, but you've actually strengthened it as well.
Oh, major strengthening, yeah.
And have you is there like a roof in it then?
I've got a tonneau cover that I made. So the tonneau cover fits over the seats, and then it's held on with magnets down the side.
Right.
Yeah, and one clip here, because I didn't want loads of clips, you know, on the tonneau cover. Yeah.
And you've gone for a bit of a shaved look about it, no door handle.
No, because obviously there's no roof, I didn't have to worry about it because I just open it out from the inside. And it's amazing how much it cleans up the lines by not having any handles or locks. I've done that to a few of my cars, but
it's amazing. Why do you think Jaguar didn't do this themselves?
I know. Well, there was a firm in the day when these were made. There was a firm that converted them, but the problem was when the hood was folded down, it was a great big box affair, and when it was up, it didn't look very pretty. You know, so. I mean, I've been caught out. I've been using it every summer. I use it for 27 years. I've been caught out a couple of times in the rain, but it's one of those things, isn't it?
So it is a daily driver.
Yeah. I use it all the time. Yeah.
I guess it's more reliable than when it was new.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's got a new engine in it. There's not much of the original car left, to be honest with you. But yeah. But I like
what modifications have you made to it apart from obviously chopping off the roof?
Engine-wise, it's a Series 3 engine, so it's like a bigger valve head. But I've replaced all the suspension bushes and I've replaced everything on it really over the years. They're never finished. You always need something doing to them, you know. But I got offered some quite good money for it a couple of years ago. But I've had it so long now, you know, like it's part of mine, you know. And it's nice being able to go to shows. People always ask questions about it, and it's nice to be able to say, well, I actually did it myself, you know. Like,
well, the thing is, like, you're parked here next to probably one of the most spectacular supercars on the planet.
This is my mate, so I came up with him.
Car, but no disrespect to your friend, but this is the car that drew my attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you'd have seen all the young kids coming up today, they all want to get in this one.
Of course, yeah. But you know, you must remember the new Avengers like me, and you must remember Steed's car.
Yeah, of course, yeah, the coupe. Yeah.
That's when I fell in love with Jaguar XJCs.
Right, yeah. I mean, I've had a couple of other XJC, coupes. I had a V12 one that had been restored by a friend of mine. I love them, but they've gone really expensive now. You know, really expensive. But there's an XJC coupe day coming up at Mike Hawthorne Museum coming up end of August, I think it is, which I've booked into. So it'll be really interesting because some coupe owners don't like the fact that you've cut the roof off, you know. But look, the way I look at it, if I hadn't have done that, it would have gone in the scrap bin. The car
exactly, you've saved the car.
I saved it.
You've given it a new lease of life.
Exactly. So, you know, because at that time I gave £200 for the car, they weren't worth anything. Yeah. So if I hadn't have done what I'd done, it would have been, you know.
I think it's awesome, man. I think it absolutely rocks. Thank you so much for talking to me and for showing us the car.
Thanks for your time.
A big shout out and thanks to Jay Williams over at Air Technic, who are top tier sponsors of Brown Car Guy. Check them out at Air Technic Co UK for exhausts, brakes, suspension and body kits. Plus our other major sponsor, Nayagen Solutions. Much appreciation also to tier 4 sponsors, Muhammad Ali Humaid, Tom Conway Gordon and Reza Adil. And of course all these other guys who supporting on Patreon. Brown Car Guy is eternally grateful. Hey, think about joining them over at patreon.com Brown Car Guy. If you can't, don't worry. Just make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel and website. Plus follow on social media by searching for Brown Car Guy.